Well, hello and welcome to the Adobe Abode. My name is Callie and I do Bible-related junk journaling, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. I have a previous video where I went through and showed some particulars on the notes that I'm working from today. And in that video, I took you through my interleaved Bible, where I took these notes on the background of the book of Psalms. And so if you're interested in the particulars of these notes, go check out that video. It was the last video that I put up. And now today we're going to do a creative take on the same thing. We're going to do this in my junk journal Psalter. Also check out my playlist on the Psalter and kind of its purpose and background. That's all on my channel. And today we're going to be doing this. Now, as I said, this is background information on the book of Psalms. I've been gathering all of that, and I'm going to show you today what kind of creative thing that I'm doing to get that into my Psalter. So let's get started. I just have this old book that I found at, it's like Goodwill here. It's called something else, but I like to go in there and just find old books that have cool pages, and this one is particularly cool. This is a book about art. I chose a couple here, and throughout this book they've had some of these that are facing, and these are a little bit thicker. They're not cardstock, but they're a little bit thicker, the ones with these illustrations that have the blank backs. And then the illustrations go together. And so it says stained glass window with the light coming through. And then it says a stained glass window is a symphony in color, just as an orchestra is a symphony in sound. In both of them, the details are sacrificed for the general effect. And so it kind of is two illustrations that go together, and then each backside is blank. So I'm going to use both of these and put them in the journal just like they are in this book. Like this. And what I'm going to do is actually hinge them with this stuff. But first, and this stuff, I just get it on Amazon. So now I'm going to use some walnut stain. And make this nice and dingy. If it looks like it was repaired with document repair tape, it probably was. But we want to make it look like that happened a long time ago. Oh, a little short. Okay. Part of the reason I'm even doing this way is because I don't want to cover this up. It's going to be an ongoing problem in the Psalter, and it's going to be the reason it starts to get really thick. I can already see that being an issue. But I want to add this here, and because I want a couple of pages. Again, I'm going to dingy some more tape, and I'll be right back. Okay, camera wasn't running when I stuck this down. Basically all I did was I put some glue on the edge of the tape that was sticking off here, and then I set it down right here, making sure I was level top and bottom, and then just stuck it down. And now it's stuck. Here we go. I've got this printout from, and you may recognize this from the Bible Project. They have a YouTube channel and a website. And their YouTube channel is really great. I encourage you to go check that out. They have one of these for each book of the Bible, and they make these animated summaries of each book of the Bible, and this is the completed animation at the end of the video. They are even so kind as to put these available on their website as a JPEG, and so you can do all kinds of things with them. And you can even order something that's a little bit better, like resolution, I think, and you can pay for it and order it that way. They may even have them in color. They've got a bunch of different stuff on their website. And so I want to incorporate this also, but it can't be stark white and it can't be this big. I think the first thing I'm going to do with this is tear it down to size, and then I probably will go ahead and do my acrylic paint technique. I've done it in previous videos. Let's see. I do want to tear this fairly square. Okay, I've got something to use as a backer so I don't mess up my mat. Just a paper plate, a little water, some cheap acrylic paint, and then a cheap makeup sponge. So now I'm just, this is so tiny, I'm going to take just a couple drops of acrylic paint. And a little water. And all I'm doing is just thinning out that acrylic paint. Just a little like that. This is kind of a, it's quicker than tea dyeing or coffee dyeing paper. And it doesn't mess up something that's printed on a home printer. And it's just a quick way to age kind of a bigger piece of paper. Just like that. And then that's kind of makes the back, it makes it bleed through to the back, but it's not gonna blur your ink. And so that'll take about 15 minutes to dry or so. To start off with this envelope, we're gonna do a little bit of decorating here, or maybe a lot of bit of decorating. One thing I want to do is cut this down a little bit. Let's get a measurement. So we're going to put a mark at about halfway. About right there. And then we're going to take the ruler and we're just going to make a little pencil line here. Oh, whoops, that's way off. Make a little pencil line to my mark, and then another one. I happen to have this cutting mat. It's seen a thing or two. It comes in handy for things like this. Okay. Now I have some of this, I guess it's called collage paper. And I think we're going to put some of this down. First, I'll put this cutting mat in here, and then line it up with my lines on my mat. Something like that. And then the top one, about there. I'm going to cut some finger holes into this. Again, just eyeballing it, and I don't want to make those too big. It's alright if they're a little off center. I think that looks good. I'll actually put this one over here a little bit. And a little bigger. Or something like that. Okay. And I think we'll use this. Just a scrap piece of paper. So we've got this little overhang here. I'm going to attempt to cut this off freehand. Darken this up just a little bit. And then right around these edges here. Yes, about like that. Now, I'm going to put a little dot right there. Now I can see the dot, I don't know if you can, but I can see the dot through the collage paper, or whatever this stuff is. Now I'm just going to take some good old glue stick And then we will just stick this down. I'm going to tear off a little of this. I have an Israel postage stamp. I guess it's like a, whatever you might call it, like a replica type thing. And I thought we would go with kind of a postage theme. Postage, postal, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm about done with that. This needs a little something postal. Postal, or at least administrative. Again, let's do this smoky color. Okay, this doesn't have to be glued down like crazy. I'm just going to line it up. About like that. I'm going to fold this back. glue stick it. That's what these are missing. A little definition would go a long ways here. Not everything can show, because then you can't glue anything together. Thank you again to the Bible Project. Those people are amazing over there. Okay, now for the little tags that will go in the pockets. I picked out 3 little, I don't know, they're like little ephemera packs that I get on Amazon. And they're just like really flimsy paper. And then I have some, I don't know, tea or coffee dyed paper. I think this started out blue, actually. And it's kind of a strange pinkish purple color, but that'll work. I like it. Keep it on the paper. Oops. Okay, I kind of feel like this needs something. I've already got it glued in, and then now I decide it still needs something, which happens sometimes because you're looking at the finished product and you feel like it needs a little thing. And really what it's lacking, what it's missing, is the address and the return address. Like, to my eye, that's what it's missing. And I don't really want to write that. And I don't have an address stamp. But what I do have is this little stamp. I don't know, it might be kind of a cool interpretive thing if I can stamp it here and here. It actually says, if you can see, it says love, joy, and peace. So that might be kind of fun. I don't know. In order to do this, and hopefully not mess it up, I'm taking this plastic ruler and sliding it in here to give a nice firm surface. See, that's way more like firm. I think this smoke, what's it called? Hickory smoke. I'm going to put this block here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Oh, that came out like really good. Okay, I punched holes in these journal cards, and now I'm just taking some vintage photo and kind of aging these a little bit. This one I already did, but there we go. Now, I want to add eyelets to these. And I wanted to show you, I don't have the fancy crocodile eyelet maker, and so I have a set like this, and I just thought I would show you how a set like this works. You just take the long piece, so it has like a long piece, and then they have these little flats like this, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that one side is curved a little bit. Okay, so you have this little base thing, and you put this over it like that, and then you put your paper over the top, and then the little flat goes with the convex side up like that, and then you take this thing, put it over it like this, and then you hit it with a hammer a couple of times, and then it makes an eyelet. But I'm not going to do that on this desk because this is a glass desk, so I'll be right back. Okay, and just like that we got eyelets. Now with this type you end up with the back of the eyelet looks like that, and you're going to have it front and back either way, so there you go, there's that. Okay, now I'm just going to do some inking, of course. Okay, I've got those inked, and then I've got some little labels. Now on my Bible notes that I'm going to be putting on these, there's kind of 3 different items that I want to make notes on. One is the 5 books of the Psalms. There's a lot that I want to put in this journal about that, and then the authors, and then the types of Psalms. And so that's what each one of these cards is going to be. And so I had some pre-made labels that I just stamped on cardstock and cut out a while back. And so with this, I'm just going to ink these up a little bit. And I think I'm just going to use glue stick. And with this, I tend to think in terms of theme, kind of. So the one that says books, I'm going to put with the writing. And then the one with authors, I'm going to put actually with the music, since David was a musician. The sweet psalmist of Israel, he was called. I'll put this here. Okay, I found some little scraps of fabric. You know, you could use jute or hemp cord or paper or just about anything. But I like the colors and I like the fabric. Now you can really see why it's okay if your eyelets and even your openings and everything is offset, because things show up a little better if they're not perfectly lined up. Now these 3 cards are not going to hold everything that's on my Bible notes, and so what I'm thinking about doing is something that looks like a letter in here with the rest of the Bible notes. I have this piece of tea-dyed stationery. Now it has a little copyright mark right there, so I'm going to tear that off. I thought just because I did this in a postage theme with an envelope that I would create this this letter, and so I wrote my Bible notes actually in letter form. I kind of got a kick out of doing this. If you want to, go ahead and pause the video and you can read that. I'll read the first paragraph. I've got the date up here as 1035 to 970 BC is when David lived. And then it says, "Dear David, it has come to my attention that you have been commissioned to serve King Saul as his personal musician. Also, as I understand it, you have appointed men from the family of Levi as musicians. Haman the singer, the son of Kohath, Asaph, the son of Gershon, and Ethan, the son of Merari, choosing the direct descendants of the men of Moses appointed in Numbers chapter 4 seems very wise." I discovered all this in 1 Chronicles chapter 6, of course. So that's just kind of how it reads. I just put the Bible notes more like in letter form, as if I was writing a letter to David. I just thought it would be fun. So that's what I've got there. Now, undoubtedly, as I go through and study the whole book of Psalms, I will find more information about the book in general. I can always tuck more letters or journal cards or whatever I want in here. So that's what I have for you today. I hope this inspires you to do something similar. This is a lot of fun. It takes, Bible notes and Bible research and all of that to a whole different creative level. And that's really the goal, is to worship God in sort of a creative sense as I study His Word and just learn about who He is. And so I hope you enjoyed this. Be inspired, be blessed, and until next time, we'll be talking to you.